Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, it's kind of a rainy day out here in Michigan, so we're going to be fletching some arrows up today, and then a little later we'll probably get into our next message, and that's going to be on preparation. So stick around, it's going to be a good one. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I personally fletch my arrows. There's probably 100 ways to do this. This probably isn't the proper way to do it, but this is just how I do it. It's super simple, makes things easy, and yeah, anybody can do it. So the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to grab you some of these Max Clean wipes. These are AAE. Just picked them up at the local shop. First thing, I'm just gonna wipe down the ends of the arrow shafts, just clean them off good, make sure there's no excess carbon on them or anything like that. Alright, from there we can get our wraps down. I just got some standard boning arrow wraps. These are 5-inch wraps. Just gonna peel them off. Drop that down. Hardest part is getting it to not stick to your fingers. Try to just bring this into the frame here. Alright, so you really want, it's ideal to have a little mat. It's almost like a mouse pad type of mat. You can find them anywhere. I got this one from Blaine's Farm and Fleet. But basically what you're going to do, you're just going to kind of align the wrap right to the edge of your arrow shaft and your nock. Just kind of slide it forward until it's touching on both sides, and then you're just going to roll your arrow. Push it down, and you get just a perfectly wrapped arrow. Alright, so next you're going to get your arrow and your jig. This is the Bitzenberger jig. I picked this one up from knockonarchery.com. It comes preset up exactly how John Dudley sets his arrows up, so it's pretty, you know, ready to go right out of the box. So what you're going to do next is you're going to get your vanes. I'm running the Boning X vanes. Get these set in here. Then we get these clamped in here like so. They got little measurements, so once you figure out kind of where you want to be, you can set each one in here to the exact same distance, so that way you have a perfectly symmetrical wrap all the way around. Mine is usually the second big tick here. That's where I set mine at. Next, you'll take your Max Bond glue. Kind of what I do, I just try to line this up. I just kind of set my hand on top of my palm, and then you just work a little bit of glue out all the way down it, just nice and smooth. You just kind of dab it back, spread that glue out across the whole thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. Once you get that, just set it right in your jig. Push her back and down to the plate, and you just push it down, kind of just rock it forward. Just hold it there for a couple seconds. That's all it takes. You just unclamp it and slide it out. And you just turn your arrow. You're ready for the next one. Doing a alternating orange and white color pattern. It's super simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just add your glue, work it back, push it down, and your tail to your tip. Hold it for a couple seconds, and you're good. One thing I should note with these vanes, the boning vanes stick really well, so you don't really need to prime them. If you're using like some AAE vanes or some tack vanes, I would recommend using a primer pen. Basically all you do before you put your glue on, you just run this primer pen down the spine of your fletching, and that just cleans any gunk off on there. But with these boning vanes, I don't know what it is that they do different than most other companies, but they just stick no matter what. So there's really not much to it. But then you just keep on going. Clamp it to your mark. Nice bead of glue, work it back. You don't need a ton of glue. Less is more. Put it in, work it from your tail up to your tip. Hold it a couple seconds, and you're good. I'm doing a 4 Fletch just because these X vanes don't have the most steering when you're shooting them broadhead, but a 4 Fletch in this vane works pretty well for most mechanicals that I've noticed. So if I'm running like a fixed blade or something like that that's going to catch a little more wind, you're going to want to throw something a little bigger back here just to help steer that broadhead a little better. You want just enough glue to where you can just kind of barely see it start oozing out the edge of your veins. Otherwise, I would recommend just kind of cleaning that up, any extra up. You can use a Q-tip, or I just use this rag and I just wipe it a little bit. That cleans it right up. So yeah, just like that. Yeah, a beautiful 4 Fletch. One thing to check too, if you look down the arrow, everything should be nice and symmetrical. I've caught myself sometimes, I don't know exactly what I'll do, but somehow one of the veins kind of slides, so it's not perfectly symmetrical. Like I would have a bigger gap in between the two veins than the rest. So you just want to look down it, make sure it's all nice and symmetrical. You're good to go. Yeah guys, so just like that, we have 6 beautifully fletched arrows. Yeah, it's really pretty simple. There's really not a ton that goes into it, and you don't have to be absolutely perfect for your everyday hunter. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to be shooting competitions and stuff like that. I'm not competing in anything, so it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, as long as they're on there good and straight, you're not going to have any issues with it. And it really doesn't take much time to do it all, so yeah, it's really simple to do. You know, it looks cool. It's something you can customize easily by yourself, you know, at your house, and yeah, not really much to it. So hope you guys like that, and we'll see you in the next one. One thing I did forget to mention, make sure that you let your arrows sit for a decent amount of time just to let that glue dry up nice and good. I usually let mine sit overnight, but as long as you wait six hours or so, I would think you would be fine at that point. But yeah, that's all.